Hello everyone. I welcome you all for today's session on cloud. We at Google Developer Student Club AMU really appreciate your valuable presence here, and we really hope that you will learn something new today. I am Mohammad Humayun Khan, currently serving as a technical lead at GDSC AMU for the session 2021 to 2022. I'll be your speaker for today's session. Please make sure you have muted yourselves, and if you have any doubts, you can post it on the chat box. Someone from our team will definitely help you out. So, when we think about cloud as a technology, what do we infer from it? A virtual space existing over the internet, a kind of a storage space, maybe, where people can place stuffs like software, applications, and files. So, we can say in simplified terms that the cloud can be considered as a virtual storage space on the internet, right? Moving on to cloud computing, it can be defined as the on-demand availability of computer system resources, which includes especially the data storage and computing power, and all of this does not require the direct active management by the user. So the user in this case is not required to manage these services online. It is the job of the cloud service provider. I hope you now understood actually what the cloud is. Now, why do different big enterprises or organizations need cloud computing in the first place? The pace of innovation and the need for advanced computing to accelerate this growth makes cloud computing a viable option to advance research and speed up new product development. Cloud computing can give enterprises complete access to scalable resources and the latest technologies without needing to worry about capital expenditures or limited fixed infrastructure. In future, cloud computing is quite expected to become the dominant enterprise IT environment. As you can see from the scenarios mentioned here, these require more than what traditional data centers provide currently. Cloud computing has three main models. Each model represents a different part of the cloud computing stack. Infrastructure as a service contains the basic building blocks for cloud IT, and it typically provides access to networking features, computers which are virtual or on dedicated hardware, and data storage space. Infrastructure as a service provides you with the highest level of flexibility and management control over your IT resources and is most similar to existing IT resources that many IT departments and developers are familiar with today. Platform as a service removes the need for organizations to manage the underlying infrastructure, usually the hardware and operating systems, allowing you to focus on the development and management of your applications. This helps you to be more efficient as you don't need to worry about resource procurement and capacity planning, software maintenance, patching, or any of the other undifferentiated heavy lifting involved in running your application. Software as a service provides you with a completed product that is run and managed by the service provider. With software as a service, you do not have to think about how you will maintain that service or how that underlying infrastructure is managed. You'll only need to think about how you will use that particular piece of software, which is essentially the end user applications. Moving on to the benefits that cloud computing provides us, it is quite flexible. Due to the architecture of cloud computing, enterprises and their users can access cloud services from anywhere using just their internet connection. It's efficient. Enterprises can develop new applications and rapidly get them into production without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. It offers a strategic value as cloud service providers stay on top of the latest innovations and offer them as services to customers. Enterprises can get more competitive advantages and a higher return on investment than if they would have invested in a soon to be obsolete technology. Security risks are considered relatively lower than that in enterprise data centers because of the depth and breadth of the security mechanisms cloud service providers have put into place. Lastly, it's quite effective considering the fact that enterprises only pay for the computing resources they use, no matter what cloud computing service model is used. Now, Google Cloud Platform is a part of Google Cloud, which includes the Google Cloud public cloud infrastructure as well as the Google Workspace, which is commonly known as G Suite, enterprise versions of Android and Chrome OS, and application programming interfaces for machine learning and enterprise mapping services. On Google Cloud Platform, cloud computing offers a broad range of possible applications that can benefit various organizations. With infrascaling, many organizations, including those in retail, which have widely varying needs for compute capacity, can easily be accommodated by these. Cloud computing can easily accommodate these needs and these fluctuations. With disaster recovery, rather than building more data centers to ensure continuity during disasters, businesses use cloud computing to safely back up their digital assets. Cloud computing also helps overloaded data centers by storing large volumes of data, making it more accessible, facilitating analysis, and making backups easier. Cloud computing offers enterprise developers quick access to tools and platforms for building and testing applications, quite speeding up its time to market. With big data analytics, cloud computing offers unlimited resources to process large volumes of data to speed up the research and reduce time to insights. Now let's look at some of the products and services offered by GCP. So as you can see here, these are the products that are offered by Google Cloud Platform. Compute Engine is an infrastructure as a service which is used to run Windows and Linux virtual machines. App Engine is a platform as a service which is used to deploy Java, PHP, Node.js, Python, C Sharp, and Go applications. Likewise, Google Kubernetes Engine is an on-premises software offered as a part of the Anthos platform, containers as a service based on Kubernetes. The Cloud Software Development Kit is essentially the command line tools and libraries for Google Cloud. Cloud SQL is the database as a service based on MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Microsoft SQL Server. And the list goes on. In fact, in this Google Cloud Developers cheat sheet, you can see the exact number of services that they offer. This list is indeed quite huge. From compute to networking to developer tools, there are a way lot of services. Google Cloud is often in news. It has a 10% market share in the second quarter of 2021. According to Synergy, it trails just behind the market leader Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. According to a CloudWars report in 2020, Google Cloud was the fastest growing cloud vendor, way ahead of Oracle, Microsoft, and any other cloud service provider. Now we finally arrive to the 30 days of Google Cloud program. It is indeed a great opportunity for you to start your journey to learn more about the booming industry of cloud computing with hands-on practice when you do the labs. These labs are in the form of quests and skill badges and are done all on the Google Cloud platform. And what are the benefits that you will get from this? Definitely, when you will complete these labs, you will earn badges that you can display on your LinkedIn or even your resume. These badges are shown on your Qwiklabs public profile. For example, if I'll show you my Qwiklabs public profile, this is my ID and you can see these badges that are displayed over here. So you can just paste this URL on LinkedIn or wherever in your resume and you can show it to your recruiters. Apart from that, you'll also earn prizes that are shown here when you'll complete all the labs and get all the skill badges that are part of both of the tracks. There are two tracks. Track 1 is your cloud engineering track and track 2 is your data science and machine learning track. If you somehow couldn't register for the 30 days of Google Cloud program, you can still register for the Google Cloud Skills Challenge. You'll earn badges here too. Please make sure to get yourself registered as soon as possible. So if there are any questions, let me check the chat box. Okay, so if there are any questions, please ask them right now. So as you can see from this 30 days of Google Cloud program syllabus, the track 1 is your cloud engineering track. You have these 6 skill badges to complete here. And in track 2, you also have 6 skill badges here. And the prize rules are pretty straightforward. I think there's one question. Google Cloud Skill Challenge and RSVP are the same. Actually, RSVP is the thing you do when you want to attend some event organized by GDSC, and the challenge is something else. It's totally different. So the prize you will get on completing either of the track is this t-shirt and these stickers. And if you'll complete both of these tracks, you will get a bag and a bottle too. So it's quite a win-win situation where you will also increase your knowledge as well as get these awesome goodies. So in the syllabus, for example, I open this skill badge. That is how it looks here. If you'll complete, okay, when will the lab start? Probably from tomorrow. As you can see from this slide, the duration is from September 27th. Today, 12, from today itself, 12:01 at the night, the program will start. But there is a problem while completing lab point we get during registration. But there's a problem while completing lab point we get. I don't understand this, Mukhtar. Can you please ask what is the lab point timing for the lab? Okay, I'll explain this all of it. So when you'll complete a lab, there are different labs, not the fixed amount of labs for each quest, a different amount of labs. So for completing this quest, this particular quest, you have to complete all of these labs. In case of an OR, you can complete either of these, but to complete the particular quest, you have to complete all of the labs that are given here. If you complete this, it will show with the green tick mark. If not, then it will be blank. I'll open this lab. So it opens it like this. most of the interface is quite similar with others too. Here you are not getting the points that are shown because this is not graded. Make sure that you finish a particular lab before the given deadline. The deadline for this lab is 45 minutes. Make sure to finish a particular lab before this deadline. For example, when you start this lab, it asks you to open your Google console, and you will then go and copy these credentials. Yes, you have just copied your username and password there. Then it will asks you for uh, your permission. It has not asked from me, but most of the lab it will ask you for your permission, so you will just grant it anyways. And then it will open this the Google Cloud Console here. As you can see here, there are different segments here. You are most likely to use this compute engine because you'll be creating a lot of virtual machines. As we all know, most of the part here is virtual. In Kubernetes engine, you can create clusters. Here you will do everything manually in these options. In this section, you will do everything manually. In this section, when you activate this Cloud Shell, it is now provisioning this shell machine. It asks for permission, but it has not asked for me in this lab. In most of the cases, it will ask from it, so you will just agree to it. And then it opens this command line interface. You will be uh, writing a lot of Google Cloud commands here to do the things you are doing manually here. You just do it using the command line, which is quite fascinating. Here you can open the editor if you are working with different kinds of files in a particular project. So things can be a slight slow in this because considering everything is going on in the cloud. It also depends a lot on your internet connection too. Sometimes it may be a bit slow. Here you can see if you will work with different files, then they will be displayed here. This is the terminal. Okay. Timing for the lab is okay. Means to say that the point we get are already completed. So, can you briefly describe what kind of tasks we'll be doing in the lab? Hello Hamza, the tasks you will do in these labs are will be shown here. Hello, is I think my screen was not visible. Okay, so Hamza, what kind of tasks? The tasks that you'll do are mentioned will be mentioned here. All of the tasks. As you can see, there is a lot written here, mostly instructions. You have to follow each and every instruction. This is quite self-explanatory. It may be different for different labs. For example, in this it says it tests your understanding. So this is an optional quiz. You can just this builds in temporary environment in Google Cloud, start lab button, submit. Yeah, it goes fine. So there are a lot of instructions given here. You have to just follow in this, and when you will do as what is told, you can just end your lab. As you can see, they are also providing instructions for this. You can just end your lab with this button and just submit it. And if you have completed, you will write well, Good. Submit. Uh, Again, that was just optional. And congratulations if you have completed all of the labs for this quest. You have completed the quest and you will get that badge. Please see to it that these, if you completed a particular quest, then these badges, for example, this badge is visible on your Qwiklabs profile. If you somehow get stuck, if you somehow get stuck that a particular lab is blocked and you cannot access it, then we can't help you out. You have to mail the Qwiklabs support team. They are quite responsive during the program that Google Cloud runs. They are quite responsive. You will get a response within 2 to 3 hours. So, but in other cases, if you are unable to understand some particular section, then you can ask it on our WhatsApp group. If you are not yet joined to our WhatsApp group, you can write a mail to us. Let me share the email ID. This is the email ID. You can write a mail to us indicating your name and the course, and we will add you to the WhatsApp group. Okay. So what kind of task I was saying? Didn't receives any credit points. Okay, Mayur, we'll look into this. If a lot of people are experiencing the same issue, we'll get this resolved. There be classes from tomorrow, or we have to complete and study the topics by ourselves. There are no classes like here. It is completely virtual labs. So you have to just follow the instructions here to complete the lab, and you don't have to study these topics. These are already defined. Most of the topics will be defined. For example, getting started with Cloud Shell and G Cloud. You can see this section. It will tell you your score, and these are the tasks: task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4 that you have to complete. These instructions are pretty self-explanatory. It is quite exhaustive as well. If you follow each and every one of it, you can definitely finish your labs easily. Quite comprehensive, I must say. Yeah, I've just joined the meeting. Maybe I missed some part that I will have discussed before. Sorry, Laiba, we can't repeat those parts, but we will make sure that you will get a recording of the session. Registration on 24th September, but I haven't received mail yet. Hello Faraz, have you checked all of the sections in your mail? For example, the promotion, the spam, the social section, each section. Please check your mail, each section of your mail. The last date is on Monday. After that, we can just ask the support team if there is something wrong from your side. Okay, so you can just wait till tomorrow. Again, I must say that you all can also register for this uh, Google Cloud Skill Challenge. You will get badges here too. You can just write in your first name, last name, and whatever business email. And as you are part of this Google developer group, you can just click yes, and you can just submit, and you will get a 30 days subscription to the Qwiklabs platform to complete your labs. So each way you will be getting these skill badges. This is my first time. Okay, sure, Lava. Please make sure from next time you join on time. We'll try to arrange the recording. About which mail you are talking? The mail you will get after registration from Qwiklabs that you are registered. Please check all of your folders and just wait till tomorrow. We'll see to it. if there would have been any problems there. Okay, so are there any more questions? You can ask your questions if there are any. You can wait. We'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes more. If you have any questions, you can ask. I think there are no more questions. So we can end this meeting now. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I hope you had a nice time here. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you in more sessions ahead.